Uh, Good morning to folks in US. Good evening to folks in India, and a time appropriate greetings for all those who are joining us from all over the world. So this is your host Andy from Shuddh Desi Radio. I have my co-host Shalini with us, and as part of our Sunday ritual, we try to get to you all these Bollywood people, all these Bollywood celebrities who have made a name for themselves. And we have one such celebrity today. She probably doesn't know any introduction. She doesn't need any kind of introduction if you have been from the 90s era. So she was one of the rising star on the Indian pop singing horizon.
Sure.
Her first album, actually, it was, I think, in mid 90s when India was opening up. There were a lot of TV channels coming up, MTV generation and all that. And her first album that came in, that was Johnny Walker. And I think that was, tremendous review that she got. She is kind of known for her definitely albums, but she's also been a Bollywood singer, known for her unconventional voice. And what happened is, as she released the first one, then the second one actually came in when people started to crave more of her voice, and that was hugely popular, Divane To Divane Hai. And we wanted to listen to her more and more, and then poof, she was gone. And we were wondering what happened to her. So today we are getting that opportunity to bring her back, unse rubaru hone ka, and then she is here, none other than, you guys figured it out. Yes, it's Shweta Shetty, guys. So we are so excited to be here with Shweta Shetty. Shweta ji, we welcome you on this FB live session.
Welcome.
On this FB live session of Shuddh Desi Radio. Glad
This,
to have you here.
thank you so much, Shalini. Thank you so much, Andy. This is my first live FP thing. I've never done anything live. I just want you to guys to know I'm the biggest computer nerd you can ever think of. I don't know what online banking is. I don't know what going live is all about. I don't know what going viral all about. I'm just so bad. But I have to make one correction.
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
my first al- my first album was not called Johnny Walk.
Oh, yeah. That's that was the song that was there,
My
Johnny.
first album was my first album was not Johnny Walker. I love Johnny Walker, but it was
Yeah,
Johnny Joker.
Johnny Joker. Yes, we are from the Tennessee country, so that's where Johnny Walker is
Oh
famous.
man.
Maybe Andy had
Uh,
first before coming here, and then he mixed up two.
hey, that's all. We would love to have a glass.
Yes.
Alcohol is. We haven't had alcohol for I don't know how long.
Yes.
So
No,
that
no, no. I
Johnny
think
Walker.
no, I think that was the mood that I was trying to set actually. So it is Johnny Joker. My apologies, but I think
Yeah.
glad to have you here, and we are so excited to have that conversation, learning about your life journey, and so excited. So,
Uh,
Shalini,
wonderful having you here. And like you're saying,
My pleasure.
that's your first live, so it is honor for us also to have your first live here with us on Shuddh Desi Radio, UK's number one radio channel.
Yes, and I have to. I think it's just amazing, especially in a country like America, to start off so small and then to have 200,000 listeners. Congratulations to you all. It's a huge feat in 2 years, right? I mean,
hmm
that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me.
thank you. We are so glad to have you. First of all,
All
The
our
Johnny Walker girl.
yes.
new name. I'm not getting name.
Huh? Oh, this is something that I'm going to remember for my lifetime.
Yeah, I'm going to make you forget.
And then I was just thinking, Andy is here talking, and then Shweta is there.
And I said, it's 11 o'clock. It's not. Maybe he's had a drink. I said, no, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. He would have. All
All
right.
right, super,
Uh,
super, super.
So Shweta,
uh,
let's get into this, and then I'm sure बहुत सारे listeners हैं wait कर रहे हैं. So
हाँ जी.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and then we all were we figuring about and thinking about all this, that you were on top of your career 90s. I know Johnny Joker, and then I remember Roja's song Rukmani Rukmani and all this Rangila song and all. You were on top of your career, and you were so established singer back then, and all of a sudden you were just gone, like he mentioned in his intro. So what happened? Did you not you decided to go back? Did you wanted to have a break? What is strategy? क्या चल रहा था आपके दिमाग में?
वैसे तो कोई स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं खेला था मैंने कभी मेरी जिंदगी कभी स्ट्रैटेजाइज नहीं किया था I don't. I'm a very bad strategist. I don't know what it's like. But the thing is, I fell in love. I fell in love with a German man, and he lived in Hamburg.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had a choice between getting married to the man that I loved and continuing a career in Bombay, which was, I was just at the threshold of just basically, continuing with the success.
Yeah.
But I decided, love for me एक बहुत ही महत्व चीज है मेरी जिंदगी में. Love एक बहुत ही महत्व it's a very important chapter in my life. मेरे ख्याल से love के बिना हम लोग बिल्कुल फीके हैं. And I truly believe that you have to follow your heart. And I followed it. And I went to Hamburg. बहुत ही difficult था पहले 1 साल के लिए. तो मैंने कहा भाई मैंने कभी किचन में काम नहीं किया. मुझे ये घर का खाना बना पर I had to cook, I had to clean, I had to do everything. But when you're in love, these things become really secondary. And after the first day, I really enjoyed it. I went through many different roller coaster rides. And then everybody said, oh my God, are you sure you want to do this? Why don't you come back? But I never ever thought of coming back and letting go of marriage that I had given up so much for. And I don't regret anything. If somebody had to ask me, would you do it all over again? I'd say yes. Yeah, that's how it was. And
Yeah, I mean, like you said that you were in love. So हम प्यार के लिए बहुत कुछ करते हैं,
बहुत कुछ करते हैं, पागलपन
पागलपन हो जाता है. So I think मतलब हमारे लोग सुनने वाले definitely they can understand, they can definitely relate, क्योंकि हम आजकल यही सुनते आ रहे हैं प्यार में हम क्या कर रहे हैं वगैरह. So that's absolutely nice to hear, and nice to know that you are now back and back in action. So let's see. Andy has maybe some other funny question for you.
funny question. Okay.
No, meaning I think I
as
started.
long
I
as
think
it's not Johnny
yes,
Walker.
yes, it is not. So I started on a kind of funny kind of thing on a note on Johnny Joker. So here is the thing for you. So how did you manage to stay away from all that limelight? Because as I was doing in the initial introduction, right? Akka India was actually looking to see more of you. All these albums, all those fabulous songs like Rukmini Rukmini, Mangta Hai Kya. We wanted to hear more of you, and then all of a sudden you were gone, poof, right? So how
Yeah.
did you manage to stay away from that limelight? Because after 20 years back, you are here now. How did you manage to stay away for that long? Because people always crave for that limelight. You said love is something that you always believed in, and if you have to do everything start over again, you will do the same thing. But how did you manage to stay away from that whole limelight? Because everyone
Andy, it is, and I'm sure anybody who's in entertainment will tell you
hmm
that once you are used to the love of the fans, I think more than the fame, more than the fortune, more than anything else, it
hmm
is the love of the audience. I cannot tell you the feeling it is to be on stage and to have thousands of people singing your song, giving you so much of love. The love of the fan is like, you're like a junkie.
Hmm.
you crave for that. And I would lie to you if I told you and my listeners that I didn't miss it. I miss it a lot. And I also went through a very low phase in my life where I really didn't know how I was going to cope up with it. I didn't know. All I knew, I was in love, and but I didn't know the things that come after the initial stages and everything, when actually life really hits you and you see reality really uh, bang on. But I'm a very strong person. I'm a very adaptable person. I will do
Okay.
anything for someone when I
Hmm.
believe in that, whether it's my work, whether it's my friends, whether it's my boyfriend, whether it's my husband or whatever. I give 150%. So when you give 150% to something that you truly believe and love, then the
Hmm.
adjustment is very, very easy. So it took me a year and a half. I got back to many things to get over that low phase in my life, like meditation, like yoga, and things like that. And then after a while, I just was very happy with the anonymity that Hamburg and Germany gives you, which you lose as a celebrity over here.
Hmm.
So I think even during this lockdown phase, I'm sure artists, performers will feel that low phase. And I tell all of them, don't let that get you down. It's going to take us a couple of years before we actually, get back. And you use that time. There's the different ways to use it. I just feel you can grow spiritually as a human being. You will feel that low phase. You will feel like you want to go on stage and do everything, but you just have to fight that low phase. You have to fight the blues and just be positive. You may have dips,
Hmm.
but one day you know that you're going to come up stronger.
Wow. So you really did not miss all the limelight, but I think, the way you have taken these things in stride, doing everything where you had your heart and believing in that and staying positive. I think that matters the most, I think,
All
for
that, yes.
everyone,
And
everyone,
I was married for 15 years. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So now you are, doing your comeback. So limelight back on
Well,
you.
I wouldn't, I really wouldn't call it a comeback, but yes, there were many things that I had planned. We were planning so many things, musically and everything. We were planning a tour. It was called, actually, basically, a lot of people in India suffer from depression. I mean, I've been through that phase also, and I'm sure a lot of artists go through that phase also. And we were planning a mental awareness tour, and we were supposed to get all the 90s pop stars like Alicia Daler, Baba Segal, and myself, the four of us. And, we were so close to doing all these things. We were really very, very excited about it. But this whole thing came back,
Hmm.
this, whatever this period you call it, testing period. But I'm very, very confident that eventually we will all be back on the road. You just have to stay positive and not let anything bring you down. No
Thank you
way.
very much. Thank you very much, Shalini.
That's what we need right now. Just stay positive, stay focused, and don't get all this negativity come to our mind. So that's
And that also with this small little thing. I mean, come on, you can't let that get you down. No way.
absolutely,
That's Corona World Tour actually.
absolutely.
Hey! Oh my God. I don't want to hear that word. I don't want to hear that.
We're not going to discuss anything about that, so that we're not discussing here.
Right.
So we are talking about all 90s hit songs. My one of favorite is Deewane, Deewane to Deewane.
Yeah,
Matlab, tell me.
it has become the lockdown song of the, yeah. It is just completely, it was so sweet because I get so many of these fan mails, and they all tag me, and this song has made a comeback in 2020, and we had done the song in 98.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's quite amazing. I think also people, especially at times like this, you go back to times which were happier. So people associate me with Divane to Divane had the 90s time. We didn't have these things. People,
Right.
I've grown up. I'm a 90s girl. I've grown up with the kids of the 90s. We fed them with quality music. So they're spoiled, which is why today we have a very discerning crowd in India. We have the youngest population in the world, which is under 30, and they have they are a very discerning audience. Yeah, 90s was a wonderful time, and I'm just happy to be with you all and bring that 90s era back so that people forget
Mhm.
2020. It started off bad. It's all right. Let's go
Yeah.
back
Let's go back to
to
90s,
let's go
right?
back to the 90s, and let's yeah, I try to do whatever I can to make my listeners and my fans happy. That's what I'm here for.
So
Sure. So
wonderful song. And then if you see on the chat window, and then people are requesting Priyanka Ranu, she's saying that she would want to listen this Bekarar song from you.
Oh
So
my God, Jesus Christ, Baker our song.
that, those are, yeah,
I don't even know if I know the lyrics of that song.
let's hum it for,
चाहत है जवां मस्ताना ये है जवां जलता ये बदन बदन छूले ना 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 ना. Oh my God! I'm just so completely. You're talking about a song which is 95. Salim
right.
Suleiman Merchant.
Hmm.
Whoever
mm,
it
So,
is, can you please forgive me for not remembering the lyrics? I've anyway been bad with lyrics. But I sang you the beginning.
yeah,
right. So let right.
but
So why not we recreate that 90s era again? Why not you do the Rukmini Rukmini, that Rosa Fame song, and then we can do something like impromptu. You want to sing it, and maybe Shalini can join you, or
Shalini,
I can try to join you. Yeah.
that's a very good idea, Shalini. You want to do that?
you know,
Let's. I can try to do the background noise actually.
No, you. I think you leave it to the girls to do it.
Go ahead,
Shalini,
please.
ready?
okay, let's see.
Baba Sehgal starts it. So you can. Do you remember Roja at all?
Yes.
Do you remember Rukmani Rukmani?
Roja lyrics. I have to find Roja lyrics actually.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so bad with
Rukmani, Rukmani,
Rukmani
Rukmani.
Rukmani. शादी के
शादी के बाद
बाद क्या क्या हुआ
क्या हुआ?
कौन
कौन
हारा
हारा?
कौन जीता खिड़की में से देखो जरा बाहों में है बाहें डाली मीठी बातें होने लगी. Come on, Shalini.
खट्टी अभी धीरे धीरे खट्टी खट्टे होने लगी.
आगे पीछे हुआ तो छटपट होने लगी. Oh,
Oh,
oh. Once again.
oh,
Oh, oh.
रुकमनी रुकमनी शादी के बाद क्या क्या हुआ कौन
कौन हारा कौन जीता खिड़की में से देखो जरा.
बाहों में है बाहें डाले मीठी बातें होने लगी.
वो खटिया भी धीरे धीरे खट खट होने लगी. आगे पीछे हुआ तो चटपट होने लगी.
Oh, oh,
उंगली से छुआ होगा कांप गई गोरी तब कामदेव मस्त होके नाचने लगे थे तब. अंग अंग खिल गया बिजली खड़क गई बिंदिया चमक गई छोड़िया खनक गई मिले दो बदन तो अब जवानी खिल गई. हाय जमी आसमां की हर खुशी तब मिल गई. Okay, I think that's all that I know of the lyrics.
I've got the lyrics up here because I was
You have? Oh my God, you should have helped me with that. So I hope whoever wanted to listen to Rukmani, I hope I made you all happy.
and that was just so wonderful experience. singing with you live, and I was the most offbeat and off track person you might
No,
ever listen. But then
that's not true. You were fine.
well, I had fun. I had fun. I had fun so much, so much. Let's have
Thank-
Andy, because
oh.
I did not let we did not let him be here.
Andy,
So
I like your haircut.
thank you
What
very
is
much.
it?
That's
It's a
my lockdown.
fantastic.
That's my lockdown haircut. So this is what
I
I'm going to
like it.
sport.
I like it.
That,
That's one thing. That's one thing I'm dying to do. The first thing when it's all over is give
right.
myself a decent. See, this is now my natural hair. I've got typical South Indian horrible
Uh-huh.
hair, and I perm
Uh-huh.
it once in 2 years because this is
Wow.
I hate this. Look at my hair; it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I
Uh-huh.
perm it once in 2.5 years so that it stays, it's manageable. This is, I look like I don't know what, but I don't have a choice.
You look amazing. You look
Oh,
amazing.
Your hair.
So
thank you.
this was the magic recreated, and I think Shalini is so proud. Actually, she should be so proud singing with the original singer. Wow, that's an opportunity.
Yeah, and she
Fantastic,
did a good
fantastic.
job. She did
She
a
did
good
an
job.
excellent job. Yes, yes, yes. So you know now that she's got the singing talent also, right? So it's not only
Yes,
so
absolutely.
right. So this song that we talked about, Rukmini Rukmini, that was from Rosa, and you worked with A.R. Rahman Saab at that time. So how
Yes.
was it working with him? Because he is a maestro and he's given, fabulous, fabulous numbers. And this is something that we still remember from the 90s. Even if it starts today, we tap our feet and we are in the mode of dancing. So how was it working with him?
So basically, I didn't know who A.R. Rahman was in '93. He was not the maestro that he is
Hmm.
today.
Hmm.
So he was a very, very shy, reticent kind of a gentleman. जब मैं स्टूडियो में गई थी, कोने में बैठा हुआ था, तो मैंने कहा सर मैं क्या गाऊं? So he said this is the Tamil version, and he said just I want you to just sing it the way you want it. So I think रहमान की ये खूबसूरती है कि वो लोगों को इंस्पायर कर देता है क्योंकि उनकी टैलेंट इतनी it's such a God's gift. It's a very humbling experience to work with a man who is so talented and at the same time so humble. And I think that is something that wants you to just, you want to give it that best. And there's something about that studio when you walk in,
Hmm.
the people that working there, they know their music. You can't come out of that studio not giving it your best because you're working with the best.
Hmm. Wow. So it was just a fabulous experience working with Rahman, who was probably, as you said, right, not known that time, but I think
He
all
was
his
not known
work,
at all.
right? But
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
that, all his work, I think, people, know him with that Slumdog Millionaire also, all the way to Oscars, right?
Yes, absolutely. He deserves every inch of success that he's got because he's worked really hard. Rahman has got nothing on a platter. He did not have any godfathers. It is sheer talent. Anyone who makes it in entertainment on sheer talent will never be forgotten. I also feel like sometimes they say कि stars के बच्चे को बहुत ही easy मिलता है क्योंकि platform मिलता है and you don't have to go through the whole running around experiences, but you don't understand when you come from a celebrated family like somebody like say Ritik Roshan or an Abhishek Bachchan or a Ranbir Kapoor. They may have everything, every door, every window will be open for them, but the expectations from these people, because the shadows of their fathers loom so large that it's difficult to get out of that and make it on your own steam. So it is at the end of the day talent that will keep you remembered for the rest of your life, nothing else.
Beautiful and absolutely true. You said that. बहुत सारे गानों की बात कर रहे हैं. What
हाँ
about
जी.
एक और चीज के लिए आप बहुत फेमस है श्वेता, वो है आपका योगा. And then I've been following you yoga, the postures you do. and it's like it's so difficult for me to even see कि अच्छा ये कौन से एंगल से योगा पोज कर रहे हैं, like सर my heart guy, it's just so difficult poses all you do it. So what is this love about? कब develop हुआ कि आपको you have to do a lot of yoga and meditation? How did you come into that? And are you running? Are you teaching also yoga? Tell our listeners about that.
So शालिनी, मेरे पिताजी अब 95-year-old के हैं और मेरे पिताजी एक योगी है. He's done yoga. He was doing yoga till the age of 92. Now, of course, he's 95 and he had a few issues, which is why he stopped. So, yoga is something कि बचपन से मैंने देखा है और किया है. लेकिन then I took a long break because I moved to Germany and yoga wasn't so popular. But I learned yoga from a guru when I was around 20. Okay, I learned my yoga, I learned my meditation. I took different classes. I did Ashtanga yoga, I did Iyengar yoga. I went to Madras. Not many people know all these things, but when Jane Fonda was famous and aerobics was going on, I was into yoga and things like that. So it's always been an intrinsic part of me. In fact, yoga has helped me a lot when I was going through a low phase, and meditation too. And this has today made me so strong. And when I see that everybody around me is falling apart with this whole, the whole COVID thing, and I can understand it is a very difficult time, I am pretty much all there. And I really have to thank my yoga and meditation for the state of mind that I am in today. And I try to do that with my members. Basically, these are all my friends who came to me with a few problems. When I came to India, I'm talking about, and I said, whether or not my music career takes off, yoga will always be a part of me because I have helped so many people overcome insomnia, depression, panic attacks, anxiety. These are the things that we've all at some point in our life been through. And I'm so, so proud that I can give the gift of yoga and meditation and heal these people. I cannot tell you the satisfaction I have today when I have friends telling me, hey, I thought I would crumble and fall during this time, but I'm doing fine. And I feel so proud. It's like, my God, it's like getting some kind of an award, because I know when God has given me a voice, when God has given me a voice to sing, He has also given me a voice to speak and help people. And with music, I entertain. With yoga, I heal. And I am the luckiest person when I can give that back, because that's what we are all here to do. Give
back to the community and give whatever.
Give back, absolutely. And especially at a time like this. So
absolutely,
I'm very, very fortunate I can do that.
Right, and then the way you're teaching yoga to your group and your circle, whatever, so that we know that this is our ancient literature and ancient practices which we do, but then we forget in the timeline, okay, we go to like aerobics and exercises, all those things, but this is the thing which make you stabilize, like you are centered when you do yoga, and you're mentally so much strong. And now when like celebrities like you talk about yoga, it's not impact करता है normal लोगों को, but now so and so is doing, so this is really helpful. I should also do that. So that's very good.
Yes, I would. Everybody, especially at a time like this, Shalini, a lot of people are going into yoga and meditation, and we're going to need it. And I know for a fact it helps. It is one of the most wonderful tools that you can give your body, your mind, and your soul, because it's a very, very calming effect, and you just feel very, very good. And people, people who feel that you don't lose weight, yoga is all about mind. That's not true. I eat like a pig. Nobody believes me, but I love chocolates. I love sweets. You live one life, live it well. But I do yoga and I burn those calories off. So it's a wrong myth कि योगा सिर्फ शांति के लिए है, लेकिन आप वेट भी लूज कर सकते हो योगा के साथ.
Wow.
जो लोग सुन रहे हैं, it will be like little inspiring for them to know कि अच्छा Shweta Shetty is eating a lot, but then she's losing weight. So it's a good motivation for them.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's not that I eat chocolates every day, but
Mhm.
very often, yeah, maybe five times a week.
Okay. So that's fabulous information, Shweta. So now coming back to your singing. So, you were trendy at those times, in 90s. People always wanted you to listen to you more and more. So tell us about a little bit more about your singing background. Is that something that you developed, or this is something that was a passion that took you to singing, or did you get a formal education? And after that, maybe you can sing a little bit of lines for us of your famous, song, right?
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
that,
you have to
of
treat.
that Divane to Divane.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right. So basically, my mom had a beautiful voice. I used to, as a child, I used to be a very naughty child. तो शांत करने के लिए मम्मी ने कहा कि आप म्यूजिक सीखो एंड actually different things like South Indian families always want you to do something dance or kathak or bharatnatyam or singing but
Hmm.
मेरे ख्याल से Andy जब like I said acting singing painting ये सब it's a God given talent either you have it in you or you
Hmm.
don't have it in you you can't learn these things in a school or in an acting school or a music school. So I think I got that from my mother. And I love music. So when I was young, I always had a toothpaste in my hand, pretended
Hmm.
to be a mic, or I
Right.
had my comb in my hand. And I used to sing. I was into, jazz and blues and
Hmm.
soul music. I loved Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, and things like that. That's the kind of music that I grew up on, and I always thought one day I'm going to be on that stage. I
Hmm.
didn't sing soul music, but it was Hindi. But I think that is something. It's always been a passion, and I think I'm going to die probably with music, with a song on my lips.
Wow.
It's yoga and music.
Hmm.
To work, to get up in the morning and work on things that you love doing
Hmm.
is a very blessed thing.
Wow. And I think, you mentioned about, now you're trying to do a comeback, right? So there is a lot of young singers also, and then you are trying to pair up with Baba Segal, Alicia, and all that with some sort of, recreating those 90s era thing. So tell us a little bit more about those plans. You
Well,
just
those
touched it.
what plans? What
Uh-huh.
plans?
So is that something that is going to be people should be we definitely are looking forward to it.
Well, like I told you, that the mental awareness tour, we are definitely going to definitely be doing it
Hmm.
once this lockdown, once the thing stabilizes. Now, we
Hmm.
can't really tell you it's going to take 1 year, it's going to take 2 years. I think we have to just to be positive, but I know that once we are going to be on that stage, I think for all, I speak on behalf of all the artists who are
Hmm.
waiting on the sideline for the curtain to open and get on that stage. And I think we're all going to just cry when we see the audience. I think probably the audience will probably also cry when we all get together to
Hmm.
party on stage. And I think it's going to be mayhem when that
Def
happens.
Definitely,
Complete
and
mayhem.
we are looking forward to it. And make sure you put US on your tour map, please, because there are
Oh yeah.
so many fans of yours. Of course, you can see two in the frame right here, and there are a bunch of them actually
Oh,
who are joining us. So yes,
thank you.
so
So, bunch of them joining us.
yeah,
Okay, that way.
yeah,
All right.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I thought you were going to surprise. I think you're going to. Yeah. Whatever.
So, few more lines from your famous song.
Yeah. Mm,
Shalini is getting ready
mm.
to sing with you.
Shalini, are you ready?
I'm not. This
Okay,
is
but you guys can at least sing the
Oh, sure,
chorus.
sure.
The
We can do the
okay.
chorus. Yeah, that's what
खिड़की
best
पे
we can do.
आऊं ना बाहर न जाऊं कैसे मैं सारा दिन घर में
मैं बिताऊं
बिताऊं, नजरें मिलाऊं तो मैं कैसे मिलाऊं दीवाने,
दीवाने, दीवाने तो दीवाने हैं दीवाने।
दीवाने तो दीवाने हैं, चुपके से छोरी से मिलने वो आया, प्यार भी छोरी से उसने जताया, ना जो कि मैंने तो गुस्सा दिखाया,
दीवाने, दीवाने तो दीवाने हैं दीवाने।
दीवाने, दीवाने तो दीवाने हैं. Lovely.
Wow.
Thank you so
Wow.
much.
So fun singing with you.
it,
Thank you so
it
much.
is our pleasure singing with the original, singer, right, Shalini? That's the amazing part, actually.
Absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
तो बहुत सारे सिंगर्स की हम बात कर रहे हैं, पुराने सिंगर्स की बात करें, आपने जिनके 90s के साथ गाया है,
पुराने singers?
पुराने हमने बाबा सती के बारे में बहुत दिनों से नहीं सुना कि अभी हम कोविड के जमाने में है ना, तो कोविड इज लाइक इट वाज नॉट बैक देन देयर, सो आई मेंट इट दैट वे, आई एम सॉरी इफ आई केम आउट रॉन्ग.
That's all right.
90s के सिंगर्स के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, और पुराने सिंगर से मेरे कहने का मतलब ये था कि इफ वी गो बैक लिटिल बिट मोर फर्दर, मोर डिकेड्स बैक इफ वी गो, और अगर आपका हमें पूछना हो कि विच इज योर फेवरेट सिंगर और आइडल सिंगर, आप किनके साथ बहुत रिलेट कर सकते हो, और आपको आपके कौन से फेवरेट सिंगर हैं, उनके बारे में अगर आप हमें कुछ बताएं तो हमारे सुनने वाले बहुत खुश हो जाएंगे. प्रियंका रानू इज सो मच laughing at me right now.
कौन हंस रहा है वहां पे?
I'm just looking at the chats and then reading the chat. So this is really fun conversation, Priyanka Ranu. If you just look at on the right hand side of the chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much. Yes, you're right. 90s was truly the best period, and which is
Yes.
why I am here to remind you. Forget 2020. Forget the calendar. Just throw it out. Let's live in the 90s, and that's what I'm here for. Okay, to remind you of all the wonderful days and stay with it. Just when I go away, I want you to just stay with it and just hang on to those wonderful memories, because the good times are going to come. I promise you that. And when they come, it's just going to be so amazing that you're going to cherish it. You're really going to cherish it. You'll never take anything for granted. You'll never take a human being for granted. This is a lesson that we are all learning to respect, uh, uh, values, respect for people, for creatures, for things. Universe is giving us this time to learn. If you don't learn now, we're never going to learn. Say what you have to say, and just it will pass. That's all I can say. आप क्या कह रही थी? Sorry, Shalini, I went off track.
No. I just wanted to ask actually कि पुराने जो सिंगर्स की हम बात कर रहे हैं, पुराने मेरा मतलब है कि if we go more for how I was coming
I know.
if we go more further back, तो maybe आप जो 70s, 60s, 40s, अगर किसी भी era के आपको किसी सिंगर को पिक करना है, who would be your idol from that era?
Wow, like I told you, Shalini, मुझे बहुत मैं उस इरा की हूँ जो soul music, ये मेरी पसंदीदा म्यूजिक था. Soul, R&B. So I've grown up on Aretha Franklin and Joan Jett and things like that. And then Mariah Carey came on, Beyonce. These are all my favorite. And amongst the Indians, I love Asha Bhosle, of course. I love Lata Mangeshkar. I think the songs of the 60s and those times, Noor Jahan, all these beautiful songs. आजकल कहाँ पे है जैसे ये lyrics मिलते नहीं, those that जो melodies, that melody that was there, you can still remember that.
Right.
And those lyrics were just so beautiful.
Yeah, lyrics used to be very important aspect of those songs. कि कितना अच्छा मेलोडी होता है, और उसके बाद उन्होंने इतने सुंदर तरीके से लिखे होते हैं वो गाने कि उनका कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत ही अच्छा होता है.
और इतना सिंपल था, बहुत ही सिंपल था, और लिरिक्स इतने सिंपल और कैची थे, इतने मीनिंगफुल थे कि अब 20 साल के बाद भी you still remember it. Like even you take something like Johnny Joker और दीवाने तो दीवाने हैं, बहुत ही सिंपल लिरिक्स थे, और लोग अभी भी जानते हैं, अभी भी they remember it,
अभी भी बात
and it's yeah, that's it, simple, and keep it simple.
keep it simple. So wonderful about that.
Wow. So yes, I think there are few people like me who probably get Johnny Walker in place of Johnny Joker. So my my apologies on that. But I think you know what I was thinking. No, those lyrics are absolutely, as Shalini is saying, and you are saying, lyrics were the important part of it. So now
Yes.
there is a lot of talent that is coming in. You know, the
Yeah.
talent that probably is, maybe one song wonder or something like that.
One
They
hit
are here,
wonders.
one hit wonders. Yes, they are here today, they are gone tomorrow. So now, if you have to look at all these new talent that is there, or these breed of singers, because there are so many singing competitions that happen on all these different channels and all that. So for them to stay in the competition and not be just one hit wonder, but stay there for for a longer time, longer duration, what would be your suggestion, or what would be your piece of advice for all these folks?
एंडी आई थिंक पहली चीज है कि जब आप एंटरटेनमेंट यू एंटर एंटरटेनमेंट डिसिप्लिन की it's the number one
Mhm.
is discipline. Okay, you have to have your eyes on the goal. It's a lot of hard work. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक दिन में you're going to make your career. You
Mhm.
have to understand that entertainment has two sides of a coin. There's a good, there's a bad. You're going to have hits, you're going to have flops. You
Mhm.
have to learn to live with that flop and stand up again. आसान नहीं है,
Mhm.
लेकिन मुमकिन है अगर
Wow.
आप you have to really try it. Okay,
Mhm.
you have to really want what you want. You have not to get disappointed, because like any profession, there are going to be highs, there are going to be lows. Today your audience wants caramel chocolate, tomorrow they going to have vanilla.
Mhm.
But you have to make a mark for yourself for them to always remember you, and that's the toughest part. But I would say the number one would be discipline,
Mhm.
and to have an armor that is not going to pierce into your heart. Probably have a little bit chunk. You might just have a little bit of your, you know what I mean, but basically not get defeated.
Right. And what a piece of advice, because I think, everyone is running behind those hits and they don't even think about, flop is maybe part of life actually. You have to look it from that angle and, get up and be ready for the next hit or something like that.
Yeah, so
That's yeah. Go ahead.
the thing, Andy, is you will only be able to survive the flops when you have given your career time.
Mhm.
Do you
Mhm.
understand what I mean? हमारे हमारे जमाने पे हमारे पास ये प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं था जैसे कि इंडिया वॉइस है. It's a wonderful platform, and I'm like, wow,
Right.
these kids are so lucky क्योंकि it just looks so amazing. Amazing sound, amazing lights, amazing stage. You have this fame and this adulation and everything.
Mhm.
लेकिन ये इतना जल्दी आ गया है कि आपको पता नहीं कि जब वो नीचे समय आ जाएगा, वो दैट डाउन टाइम, जब आपका एक पहला फ्लॉप हो जाता है, कैसे डील करते हैं. Because when you have slowly started it, like your radio station, you
Mhm.
started with what, 5, 10, 15, 20, went to 50,000. I'm sure you've had your moments where the live thing just didn't go out right. You're like, oh my god, are we supposed to go live when you're wearing your lipstick or you're combing your hair, or you know what I mean? So but now you're professional, so with time you learn this. Only with time. How does a relationship grow? With time. How does love blossom? With time. So I think it's very important that you go through these different phases of your career, that when you do fall down, you just dust yourself, wear the crown, and start walking again.
think so. For those folks who are with us, for all those folks who are with us, you are talking to none other than that Mangta girl, Mangta Hai Kya girl. That's Shweta Shetty on Facebook Live with Shuddh Desi Radio with your host Andy and co-host Shalini. So we
And
are
my
so glad.
first live. My first live. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
Like,
that is definitely something that you will remember and we'll remember
Oh
too.
my God, I'll never forget this.
and
And
I was so
this
nervous. I said, oh my God.
this is first for us also. हमारा भी आपके साथ ये पहला लाइव है, आपका भी पहला
नहीं
लाइव।
लेकिन आपने आपने तो लाइव किया होगा आर्टिस्ट के साथ ये तो
yes.
मैंने कहा जैसे कि मैंने को पहले कहा जब हमने शुरुआत की कि
Mhm.
मैं एक कंप्यूटर नर्ड हूँ मुझे पता
हाँ,
नहीं क्या है ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग ये सब बोले अभी तो आपको सीखना पड़ेगा ऐसे नहीं मुझे नहीं सीखना आई एम as long as I'm able to speak to you guys and once in a while it's okay but this is too much of tension for me I was like oh my god what if something goes wrong there's
Right.
no retakes. There's no retakes.
but you're
Yes.
the most positive person here. We are talking, so no, you're still so cool, so calm. You're doing absolutely fine. You're- हम लोग
Now I'm fine.
you're fine.
After the Johnny Walker.
That is gonna haunt me for my lifetime.
Then she'll be thinking कि जब ये लोग इतना regularly करते हैं, then they can do like this. So I'm all good here.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, Andy, but
No, no, no,
this
no, no.
is this
That's
is ये inside का मामला है.
bilkul, bilkul. And as you said rightly, we have grown from in 2 years. On the first day we had about 7,500 listeners, and we are grown to about 250K listeners, which is in 2 years. This is definitely a big feat for us. Thank you
Yeah,
for joining us, and with our listeners and viewers. So very nice. I think
my
next
pleasure.
thing next
Next,
thing I think Shalini had some request for you actually, right?
so
हाँ जी,
we
बोलिए.
have next request also. So next request, हम लोग मांगता है क्या बोल रहे हैं? हमने promotion भी ऐसा ही किया था कि मांगता है girl is back. So now we would like to listen that मांगता है क्या song from Rangila. 2 lines maybe from you, please. If you
Okay. Why 2 lines? मैं 4 गा लेती हूँ आपके लिए.
Bilkul, yeah. Yeah.
um, आई ओ इलवो मांगता है क्या वो बोलो हाँ बोलो मांगता है चांद ये ले लो मांगता है दिल बस इनके सिवा हो जाना और कुछ नहीं मांगता आई 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 आई
क्या
मुझको
बात है.
Okay.
Wow, fabulous.
I mean, you don't need any.
Thank you.
You don't need any all those technical things to enhance anything. You're just so natural, and you're just a wonderful singer. I
Thank
must
you
say.
so much. Checks in the mail.
Yes. So that basically reminds us, we should tell her, Shalini. I think the we did a global musical icon contest in July of 2019 here, and we
Oh,
had this was the first time that was something was done here in the music city, wherein we had singers as well as musical instruments, and we had great response because it was just our debut contest, and we plan to get few judges. Maybe if you are available this year, maybe we can get you if you
I
want to
would
be,
love to. I
right.
would love to. Absolutely, of course. I would absolutely love to.
Super.
Wonderful.
Would be my pleasure and honor.
All right. So
Now
uh,
I think we are entering into a rapid fire zone. जहाँ पे हम आपको
Uh
पूछेंगे
oh. Uh oh.
it's fine. Just nothing controversial here, nothing personal. We'll just ask one-liner question.
Excuse me, I've had absolutely nothing controversial in my entire career
Yeah,
uh-huh.
ever. The
yeah.
10 years of active career in my music, I've never had anything controversial. The only controversial thing I had was recently. Here I was trying to help somebody. I'll tell my viewers in short. So basically, we have a shop close by to where I'm living. and I had got wrong information about him having the COVID, and I'm like, oh my God! Like when you have a 95-year-old father, of course, you go completely bang, bang, bang. Alarm signals go out, and I'm like, I mean, oh my God, you're kidding. Eventually, it was, and I had sent a mail to a couple of my friends, a voicemail. I always, that I always send voicemails instead of typing. So that voicemail went viral. Next thing I know, I'm getting calls, I'm getting SMSs like, what's wrong with you? How can you do that? You're scaring people. Now we're not allowed to go outside the house. The servants don't want to go to that shop. Da, da, da. And I'm like, excuse me, please, but it's not a fake news. It's a fact. But for 1.5 days, I just had people trolling me and things like that. Eventually, the truth came out. It's not the man that had the COVID, but he lived in a building which was sealed by the BMC. And when you have a building which is sealed by the BMC, you're not supposed to leave the place. Forget go to work. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I helped friends and people. Maybe I've saved people's lives, and here you save people's life and you get jammed for that. And I'm like, Jesus, this is the time we are here to help each other. I was trolled, but thankfully the news came out that I was right, not that he had it, but the building that he lived in had 3 COVID patients. And they all called up to thank me today and congratulated me for the good work that I have done. But it was that was the only controversy that I was involved in, just to let you know.
Yeah, and I think, congratulations for, doing that right thing, actually. That's
Yes,
what matters the
absolutely.
most. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we ready?
Yeah. So
Shalini
For,
goes with the first
yeah.
question, huh?
yeah, let's start this. So my first question, rapid fire round. One,
Yes.
just one word answer would do. Three things that you can find in your refrigerator.
Chocolates, chocolates, chocolates.
Oh, boy.
Now we know that. Sure.
Right now, I have rasgulla, gulab jamun, and chocolates.
Oh,
Wow.
you are a
Wow.
sweet lover. Now we know that.
Ah, love them.
Okay, your favorite movie and why? Could be
Gone with the
Bollywood,
wind.
Hollywood. Wow.
Gone with the wind.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's just so romantic and
Oh,
so old fashioned and lovely, and love always wins. And it was just so beautiful to see true love.
Love always wins. What a
Love
fantastic.
always
Yeah.
wins. Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
music, love for one person. It could be love for anything, right? That all
Yes.
depends. Okay, next question. One person in your life who made a significant impact in your life.
Whitney Houston.
Okay. Okay.
My
All
God,
right.
she absolutely. And that was a song. It was I will. It was actually I will always love you. And in fact, before I actually made it, uh, everybody used to always say, "Can you please sing that Whitney Houston song? You're so good at it. You're so good at it." Because that was one song. After listening to it, I said, "Oh my God! I mean, I really want to sing forever as long as I live." I mean, she was such an idol for me, and what an influence she was on my music and everything. I
Yeah,
loved her.
her
I
Okay.
end
still
her
do. I always will.
her end was tragic, but I think, if you are fan of Whitney Houston, maybe, a few things for our listeners, actually.
Maybe that one song.
Uh, oh my God. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you. few bummer notes here and there, but never mind.
No, but I think we were getting goosebumps, listening to you.
Aw.
Fabulous, fabulous.
I
So
was just thinking, oh my God, there was a. Oh, no, never mind. It's all right. We singers, we always pay a lot of attention to all the bummer notes when the
right.
voice is not warmed up. Like I said, I was just been so busy answering all those hate mails. I didn't have a chance to warm up my voice, but
No,
Okay.
it's all
that
right.
song really suits you so well. And
Yeah,
Fab-
that's what I'm saying. That was one song that really opened up many things for me.
Fantastic. On to our next one. What's your favorite vacation spot?
I'm not letting this be a rapid fire. I'm somehow stalling you all with every
No, no, no.
question.
That is good.
This
We
is
we are
no
we are
rapid
liking this
fire.
guy.
This is slow fire.
Yes,
Slow fire.
yes.
Sorry, what was the question, Andy?
What's your favorite vacation spot?
Hamburg?
Oh, Hamburg. This
Hamburg,
special.
Venice.
Wow.
I lived in Hamburg. So I
Okay.
mean, that was really when I first met my ex-husband. I went to that place and I'm like, oh my God, I love it. But and I was happy to
Mhm.
have lived in that. Fortunate, blessed to have lived in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, like Hamburg, for 20 years. But yeah, I like many places like Ibiza and Venice. I love places with culture, and Hamburg and Venice is one of those places with a lot of culture.
I lived in Germany. There's a place called Cologne. I lived there for a few months.
Ah, okay.
And
Yeah,
Sprechen
I,
Sie Deutsch? Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
ich spreche Deutsch ein wenig.
I am
Ah,
that.
Ich.
das
That
ist,
was my
das
husband's job,
ist,
and then so I lived there for some months. So that's what I know. And I literally used to remember all those train stations' name, and I would write them because I have to go somewhere. And so I don't know anything. I'm like illiterate in German and all those languages. So I would just write and I would just pay very attention. Okay, what that person is saying, the where do I have to stop and where do I have to get down. So that was a test for my language skills. But I love Germany.
yeah, German is a tough language. You know what Mark Twain said, right? Mark Twain. Mark Twain said, "आप हिंदी सीख, you can learn English in 3 months, French in 3 years, German in 30 years, or maybe never." And that is really, really true. Even the people that live in German have so many they make so many grammatical mistakes. It is one
Mhm.
of the toughest languages in the world, I think, after Chinese. It is tough.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can speak, I can write,
Um,
and yeah, I went to school. I went to a private school in Germany when I had that downtown time where I was a housewife. So the first thing that I learned was cooking, and I learned German. So I used to go to a private school. We had 6 people from different parts of the world, from China, from Japan, and da 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 da. And I remember this funny story that my ex-husband told me, and I was just learning to speak German. And there was this one guy. I remember his name. His name was Seiji. He was from Japan, and he said in German, "I don't speak German very well." And I said in German, "Then go back to your country." And my ex-husband, who was there at the corner, he was laughing away. And this story, he tells it to everybody. He said the first mean words that she learned in German was this one. Go back to your country then.
that's so the honest question. Um, are you a sports person? Do you like sports?
Nobody will believe it, but is this supposed to be a rapid question, one answer? Why am I forgetting that?
No, that's okay. We are getting a lot of interesting conversation here, though.
Okay, so people will find that very hard to believe,
I
but
know.
I was a plump girl. I
Okay.
was a fat child. I was a fat young girl. I was a plump teenager. And when I met my first boyfriend, Shamak Davar, who used to have all these aerobic things, I lost weight because I loved him. And I said, you know, he had all these hot looking girlfriends, ex girlfriends, and he was always surrounded by all these hot women who had the perfect body. And there was this fat piece of, not piece, but fat girl. And because I loved him so much, I said, I'm going to lose weight for him. And that's when the fitness thing started with Shamak. And of course, then it became a part of my life. And then I got into yoga, and I did weight training for a while. So fitness is a very, very important part of my life, and it always will be, like music, yoga. I will die with all these things. I will take it with me to heaven.
Okay, so coming back to the sports question, if you have to, do you like cricket better or soccer?
Soccer.
Okay.
Dal chawal pasta.
Dal chawal.
Okay. We already talked about this, but then your first crush.
Shamak.
Sure.
Life's motto.
Live life to the fullest. King size, queen size.
Okay, if you are stuck in an island and you want to get out of there just by singing, what song would you sing?
And I will always love you. I will always love you. Please get me out of this country.
Okay, your comeback song.
Oh Jesus! I really no idea. Let me just first come back.
Oh,
Then I'll think about it.
okay.
One of the comment is here from Priyanka. She's asking, do you read books? And if you do, which recent book you read?
Priyanka used to be a huge. I used to be a bookworm. I used to be immersed in music and books through a very major part of my life. And then I don't know what happened. I just don't have the patience of reading the book. Then I just got so busy with housework and this and that class and this class. I always kept myself a little busy. So I kind of lost interest in books. So I don't read newspapers. I don't read magazines. I don't read anything for a very, very long time. So I don't read at all.
Good, just good. Then I have a company because I don't read also.
Ah,
So the only
perfect.
thing that we do is probably radio. That
Yeah, now I think you radio is going to definitely take over right now because people have so much of time, and yeah, how much can you see? We're all going to be cockeyed by the time we watch so much of television. So sometimes it's nice to just relax. And yes, I've been listening to the radio. Strangely enough, yes, I've never been a radio person, but ever since the lockdown, I've been listening to a lot of radio.
Mhm.
Now we
So
hope that you listen to Shuddh Desi Radio also in your downtown.
Yes, of course, of course. Now I know that. I'm going to keep that in touch. Keep that in
and
mind.
and fantastic news about people who are listening to us, and they have Android devices. We have actually an Android app also, in addition to our free iOS app. You can download that app and listen to us 24/7. And there is
Wow.
something called as आपकी फरमाइश, जो इंडिया में विविध भारती पे होता था, वैसे ही हमारा एक
हाँ जी,
सेगमेंट होता है.
याद है.
यस, तो वैसा ही एक सेगमेंट होता है जहाँ पे आप आपके रिक्वेस्ट वाले सॉन्ग भेज सकते हो, एंड देन वी प्ले दैट ड्यूरिंग एन आवर. सो that would be a treat. If you are listening, maybe send some requests, and then our listeners will be so great to listen to your farmaish.
So basically, I'm a huge. I love this album from Kabir Singh. Each
Hmm.
and every song, it was such a gem. It was such a gem. It reminded me of the music of the 50s and the 60s. Melody, simple, beautiful. The chemistry between the two actors, the lyrics. It was one of the best albums that I have ever heard in Bollywood. I think to surpass that, uh, the music directors have to really work very, very hard. One of my favorite albums. I can listen to it 100 times. I never get tired of it.
Yeah. That's our favorite too. I mean, US में भी सारे लोगों को जो भी इंडिया में albums आते हैं, we just get our hands,
Beautiful.
just
Yeah.
love the
Yeah.
music.
Absolutely.
I think this is like towards the end. We have been talking so much, and we like past like 1 hour. We are sitting there and talking. And
Really? Are you serious? It's been 1
Yes.
hour?
yeah, it's 65
Okay,
minutes.
bye.
But then you were so patient. आप सारे सवालों के जवाब इतने अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे. बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला श्वेता शेट्टी के बारे में जो हमने पढ़ा ही था या नहीं भी पढ़ा था, लेकिन कमिंग स्ट्रेट फ्रॉम यू दैट मीन्स अ लॉट. हमारे सुनने वाले, देखने वाले listeners, viewers, having so much fun having you here. It's so much fun, and it's absolutely a pleasure to have you here talking one-on-one. You are such a nice person, I must tell. You're so down to earth. I mean, you're being up. Is
Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor.
You're grounded.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for all the wonderful compliments, and thank you for letting me go back to all the wonderful memories. And I hope I've managed to do that with the viewers, the listeners also. And wish you all the very best. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. And I just want to read one quick comment that came here. This was the best hour. Thank you for bringing Shweta in. So that's the comment coming from.
Oh,
So that should do,
thank you
justice
so
for that
much.
hour that we had. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was my fault because of the rapid fire. It was a slow fire. That was where we lost the time. All right. And I would say thank you so much. And Andy, cheers.
Cheers. Yes, I'm going to have that Johnny Walker right after this.
Do that.
And my apologies. That was not
No,
intended.
please don't be silly. I mean, this is what a nice way to start a show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You can stay on.